Hey folks, we're going to be working on the rue today, which is an herb that is really not a bonsai, but we're going to try it out as a bonsai anyways. So here's where we're at. Trimmed it a while back, it's growing back in, it's looking good, it's looking more tree-like. What I want to do today is get into a pot that I really like. I just had it in my hand and put it down, immediately lost my pot. That's all right, first we got to get out of this one. Probably on the ground or something. Oof, I am bad at this game. So it's not tied in or anything. That's always good news. I'm just going to use a little container I have on the side here to kind of dump the soil in. And it's got nice roots. Very pleased with these roots. This container probably needs better drainage anyways. I don't know if you can tell, but that's very good. All right, hey, Uzi. Hey, Nina. All right. I'm going to try to get into this pot. This is a little pot I just cut out of a terracotta saucer. It's got lots of drainage. So, first things first, I'm going to get in there and see if I can't use the Bobcat Bonsai root hook. You know, these great roots too. I'm not sure the last time I repotted this if I went after everything or if I just kind of slip potted it. I might still have a plug in here from when I originally got this. This was in a big container. It was never intended for bonsai. I just took the liberty. So I've got a pretty good media. I don't know if you can tell, but pretty good. It's doing okay, honestly. It's so healthy. It's so vigorous. I think with its track record of being incredibly vigorous for the last however many months, this is a good time to downsize it so that I can keep it small, so I can see about minimizing all this foliage. If it doesn't work, it's fine. It's like, you know, another generic herb that you can buy from any garden center around me. I can get a bigger one if I want to, but I like the shape of this one. That's why I got it. I was kind of a semi-cascade at first. So, I mean, yeah, that's great roots. You know, and nothing bad there. I'm not going to need all these, as you can imagine. Um, Up top here is where I really want to make sure I get all the soil out. So yeah, really good looking roots. And although they're not very radial, they're just good. So hey, why not, right? Why not? Some of these bigger roots at the base here aren't really heading in the right direction either. See, this one's headed up. Let's start with that guy right there. Hold on 1 second. Yep. I gotta tell Nina to not eat don't eat my plants. Yeah, I'm watching you. All right. So this one's kind of headed up. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. No, it was already cut off. I think I'd already addressed it. I'm watching you. Don't do it. She's a lovely little girl, but she's only so lovely, you know? This one's also headed up, and I think there's one below it, so we'll take that one right off too. Probably is connected to a lot, but yeah. You know, you win some, you lose some, right? Let's see what else I can do with the Bobcat root hook, and then we'll switch to a smaller instrument. Yeah, everything's looking pretty good. So there's some of this fuzz in here. It's indicative of the original plug. I do not want any of that. And to be a little preemptive, I'm just going to go ahead and take the bottom off of this. So I don't want all that. And I'll leave that, I'll throw it away later. Got some roots that come way too far down. I'm going to go ahead and do another. Snip on the bottom here. I took some fat roots off there. And there's some more too. He is being good right now, if anybody was curious. I was. Another one's kind of big. Ooh. These aren't particularly tough roots. They do grow really, really rapidly. So even with me doing this, I think we'll be okay. So we do not want to pull apart. Yeah, it's a little better. I'm sure this is quite boring to watch, but I'm also not sure you guys can see it. Again, this is new camera angle. I like the way this recorded last time when I did the trim up on the pomegranate. That's why I'm redoing it, or reusing it, I should say. It seemed really nice. Yeah, it seems like the original plug is still in here, which I need to get rid of. That's no. And hopefully I won't take up too much time with this one. I'm not even sure this original plug was like, foam or whatever. It seems like fibrous, like if somebody took batting from a sofa, used that to root this. Very strange, very strange. Not what I'm used to, but hey, it worked, it worked. I'm not judging, just definitely not what I'm used to seeing. All right. I think in here we've got, I might have some stacked roots here. I'll find out very quickly, but if that's the case, I need to take off some more and figure out where my root plane is. I ripped something there, but that's okay. All right. Oh yeah. I'm not sure if you see what I see. What I see is I see this up high here. Here, I'll use my. This works very, very nicely for this purpose. So it seems this is kind of sticking up. Otherwise, the rest of the root plane is pretty low. So I'm going to address that. Yeah, the rest of the root plane is really low. Look at how low the rest of that is. Nice. And you know what? It's not that bad as far as being radial. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. Yeah, I pulled off a leaf. It's okay. It'll survive. It'll be just fine. Yeah. It's a very funky root base. If I plant an angle like this, I might be okay, but even then, I think I'm still battling a lot of this. So let's get in some of these nubs that are pointed up. All right. So this appears to be a sort of taproot that's headed down. I think with its new pot, yeah, it's going to be a bit too much. So I'm going to take that down a little further. I'm not going to take it completely off this time. I'm going to take it down further. Just to make sure that it's not causing too many issues for us. I'm so glad I brought these out. It's going to make it very easy to, things like that. Just pull it right out of there. this. And it's strange. It's like the batting from a sofa, but not, you know, the nice old batting you would get like horsehair and stuff. It's like some weird plastic. All right, kind of knew that was going to happen. I'm gonna have some something in there they used for that purpose to make it happen. This one here, it's coming over. So I'm gonna go ahead and terminate that there. Probably took, yeah, there's a lot of big roots, but that's okay. Gotta do it sometimes. Gotta do it. All these are kind of headed in many directions that we don't want. We need to look at today, wherever, and get this thing looking cool. I think I might have another 2-high root right here. Well, at least one. Come back in with the brush. See what we're looking at here. Have some more batting here. Actually, looks like it's pretty sunk in there. I'm not sure I can do much with that. Can it's this one's headed up. Let's come off. This one looks like it's starting to. This one's headed the wrong direction. Pull that one off. And, yep. Make sure it's all still going. Oops. There's another one here. As I said, it's trying to come this way. Not worried about these down here, but this one comes and snakes around. Do not want that low or that sideways. Probably be well advised to take it off here, so I will take it there. It's already out. Yeah. The more I look at this, the more I do not like the way that taproot's shaped. This one here is headed up. I'm going to terminate that. Here, I think we've got. Hard to see what's going on. Sorry, I'm lifting too high. I need to cut this one. Pull it out if I can. Let's see what else we got going on. I've got this root that's over top of that one. Which I wouldn't mind if we're in a different circumstance here, but I think I need to address that. Don't know that I can straighten it in any way that I feel confident that it'll. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. All right, well, that's not bad then. Yeah, now it's kind of close to where it needs to be. Yeah, not bad at all. And this one's headed up. Take that off. Probably be tucked down, but it's also on top of a better root. Off. This one too. I'm liking the way it looks, honestly. It's a little funky in some places, but it looks pretty good. This one's coming back towards the center, so as much as I was going to leave it, I don't think I can afford to. That one is, ooh, it is fused somehow with the taproot. Wow. Okay. I'm not sure if you guys can see what I see, but this is that root here. Comes down, goes back to the taproot, and is fused on this side. So maybe that taproot's just got to be addressed now versus waiting. All right, let's see how that did, huh? Let's see. Oh yeah, that took a lot out. Sorry, my hand's in the way. So now is what we're looking at. So I like it. It's actually not bad at all. Of course, it's a little too wide, so I've got to take out on the sides here some of it. Yeah. Make sure that's a little long too. Yeah, not bad at all. That's where we're sitting. That's a pretty decent little, root base there. Go further still. Just kind of circling around. We'll the opportunity to be okay. All right. This is what we have left over. They're nice flexible roots. I'm really happy about that. So I'm going to get this in here. Start dumping some soil in. Now, one thing I'd questioned when I'd started this process was whether or not I was going to have to wire this in. And it may be wise. I'm not sure. Let me get a little bit cleaned up here. See a little better. Of course, I throw the plant off into high heaven. Couldn't take it anymore. Couldn't take it anymore. All right. Go, cool cleaner. Good girl, Nina. Reach under without everybody. Ooh. There we go. Got it back. All right. Here we are. Still spinning nice? I wonder. Yeah, we're spinning okay. Okay. I was thinking I might have to wire this in. I'm not sure yet. That's a good idea. I do like that planting level for it. Make sure these roots are really low in here. Top of anything. I think I can get away with just putting rocks on there. Let me give it a shot. Did not bring my soil scoop, so I'm just going to be dumping soil on top. Nina! Sorry, she was being a little turd again. And I'm going to use... suppose I'll use my little teeny tiny pick here. Try to make sure everything's okay. Bigger pieces that I need to take off, so I'll do that. Yeah, I like this. This is so rue. I'll give you a little bit of, I don't know, odd information about this plant. It is an herb. It's traditional French herb, I believe, which would make sense with its name. The name pretty much means road, and it's not very good for you. It can actually cause digestive issues, skin irritation from pruning, all kinds of stuff. I've never experienced those skin irritations. Not to say that it doesn't affect me, but I've never experienced them. It's very interesting that such a plant exists and we use it so commonly. Mostly to a point where I can just work on mounding it. It's not falling over, which is surprising. But I may want to put some more fine particulate in here. Yeah. It looks nice, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to do any pruning today. I'll let it regain some vigor and then I'll do some pruning. But I've definitely got a lot of bigger stuff on here. And these roots are nice and fine, so I'll just continue to encourage that off some of these bigger pieces. We'll give it a little bit of sand top dressing, I believe. A little bit. I did bring my little tiny kit with me, so if I'm able to use my little soil scoop. Works really nice for just getting little teeny tiny scoops of sand. Not sand, but very fine soil. I would consider it sand. This is too expensive to just be regular sand. It's probably as much for a cubic centimeter as most sand is for a cubic foot. I need it. Are you talking to me or are you being naughty? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm seeing right next to my Chinese elm that she really wants to destroy with her teeth. All right, I think that might do it with that. Pop this back down. Leave this here for a moment, and I'm going to just work on a old piece of fertilizer. I don't think it's in any way anything to it, but still. You want to use fertilizer and burn the roots as they're trying to regrow. That would be bad. Notice it's inside at this current time. I don't know if it's a full sun plant or a partial sun plant, but with its growth the way it is, I'm keeping it inside. It's in a full sun window, but it's filtered light, of course, and got a grow light on it as well for supplemental stuff. Honestly, it's feeling pretty good. Now, I'm not worried about exposing any roots, so those are nice big roots for such a small plant. I'm fairly certain a lot of this will wash out when I water it. But I think that's looking pretty good. I really like the way it's turned out. I love this plant. I know it's not a real bonsai, as some people would say, but I think it's just such a beautiful plant. Thank you for joining me on the repot. You can tell I did chip this pot right here. I was all done filling out the drainage holes in the bottom. I carved out all the character on it. This was supposed to be the front. So it's got, pretty even, not even, but regular enough. And I had to put some epoxy in there because I dropped this after I'd finished all that. I was looking at it, I was admiring it, and then I dropped it on the ground. So here's where we're at. Looking good, I think. It is one day hopefully going to be a very, very impressive little tree, considering it's not a typical bonsai species. Thanks for watching.